It's so sad to be a Tau fan sometimes. Like, oh,
Yes, you know why? Because you're a Tau fan.
Taus can be cool, especially the Enclave. Yes, they can. Yes.
No. They literally had to force feed their lore with a space samurai to be cool. Him and his goddamn mech suit and space katana. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Battle Brothers Podcast. Today is a special day, and I have prepared for today. My neck is unshaven. My hoodie is Cheeto flaked. And my Monster Energy drink is at the ready because today, me and my honorable battle brother are going to argue over some nerd crap.
Oh, shit. Can we get a name, man? Unshaven neck? Dude, what's going on?
We are going to fight over our favorites today, and I am going to actually you into oblivion.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well.
But in all honesty, I did shave. It's just same old me with my crippling tinnitus. Join the army, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Now I have to sleep with the fan on and get scared of fireworks.
Wait, hold on. Is it also mandatory for you to stay shaven?
In the military?
Yeah, because there are some who are allowed to. I know that the UK can.
So that depends. There is something called a beard exemption that you can get for religious reasons or medical reasons. Yeah. Some units who do undercover work have to grow out beards for particular missions and stuff.
Yeah.
I at one point finessed my way into a medical exemption because I could not be bothered to shave every morning. Yeah. Like I just could not. And also I have the babiest of baby faces. Yeah. Like I am 35 years old. I am a big, intimidating person. And yet if I shave my face, I immediately look 9. Like flat out 9 years old.
Who brought Caillou to the military?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I go from fucking Ragnar Lothbrok to Charlie Brown. It's not even funny. God damn. All right, so all jokes aside, are you willing to tell our wonderful audience what we'll be actually doing today?
Oh, hell yeah. As always, we have these fun little discussions on both the lore, but especially for characters, because, well, it's character driven for the most part, and that's usually what keeps us hooked. So today we'll be discussing our favorite on certain categories. For one being our favorite death scenes. Yeah.
So we have a few categories. I'll be frank, and I'll put myself on blast because Jack is just far too polite for that. The last few weeks have basically me being flexing on how OP Angron is right now.
It's too much, dude.
No, the thing is like they just like they're kind of giving Angron fans, pardon the lack of political correctness for the terminology, reparations for years.
I mean, it's Black History Month, so it's okay.
For years of just unending L's. Like they let my dude become a meme, and here he is corrupting an entire Indomitus fleet. Just Leroy Jenkinsing a fleet and winning. Beating another demon into a blade because he just felt like it, because he took things personally. My boy is him. Angron is officially Himothy.
Angron Charlie Sheen winning.
100%. Like the thing is, like, I know it's going to end up with some comeuppance. I know there's going to be some weird MacGuffin that will make Angron lose eventually. But I'm enjoying this flex right now because this is as much as a demon Primarch has flexed since the heresy.
True.
Like even in Plague Wars, Mortarium didn't flex this heavy. This is some shit. This is some shit. I'm on for it.
Yeah, that's a huge W.
Yeah, for once they're putting the W in GW. All right, so our first category is our favorite death scene.
Yeah.
Now, I have a caveat here because I have one favorite, which is in theory not really a death scene, but also is a death scene because a lot of people die there. But the protagonist of the scene doesn't really die. So does that count?
I think, well, one of the best criteria that we can at least put there as a limitation, well, not including Primarchs.
No Primarchs, and
No Primarchs.
I am forbidden from using specific Astartes because shame on me.
You have your favorites.
I can only stand so much. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
No Primarchs involved. This is straight up Astartes. But if the protagonist, the focus of the scene, does not die, but literally everyone around him dies, does it count?
Yeah, I think it's fair.
So my favorite death scene of all death scenes, and possibly one of the most brutal and well-depicted fight scenes in all of the lore, is the ending moments of the Saturnine Gambit, where it's the leading Loyalist Astartes, Gavriel Oaken included and such, going after Abaddon, which is just a glorious depiction of mind-numbingly beautiful violence and bolter porn. Just there, it's this monologue of 30 seconds where he depicts how he fights all of the Loyalist Astartes, and like how he wins a bit but gets injured, and wins a bit and gets injured, and literally people are dying all around him, and he almost dies. Loken almost gets him. Yeah. Loken almost lands the death blow, and Abaddon gets teleported just in the last moment. But it's this entire monologue. He goes through this psychological thing, like the stages of grief, where he starts being extremely upset at Perturabo for foolishly tricking him to take on the Saturnine Gambit. They understand that Perturabo kind of finessed him because he placed things on the map for Abaddon to understand on his own and suggest and think that the Saturnine Gambit was actually his idea.
Yeah.
But then he goes from that to hating on Perturabo, hating on the warp, hating a bit on Horus, and then welcoming a good death, a warrior's death. And the moment before he dies, he gets teleported back by the Dark Mechanicus, and he's seething and like in a delirious state. He goes, "I need to go back.
Yeah,
let me go back."
It just died with my bros.
It was so fucking epic.
Yeah,
it was amazing. It's just, I slow clapped to a fucking audiobook. I'm not joking.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Horus Heresy Abaddon is fucking based
on so many levels.
Hell yeah. Like, no joke, Heresy period Abaddon, one of my favorite characters all around. He gets kind of fucky wucky later on. I think that he goes to all hell the moment he gets Dracnian, which is the mother of all fucking hacks.
Yeah.
But up to that point, like Talon of Horus Abaddon and Dark and Black Legion Abaddon and Horus Heresy Abaddon, like fucking Chad, like he's based.
All right.
So what's your favorite death scene?
Well, I'm gonna go for the underdogs this time around. Like people that some may not often consider. I remember that we talked a bit on Roberta Gilliman last time, and how the Emperor treated him badly. Now, there is amongst his sons one that I don't think that many remember so often. He also made jokes on Cole Ferron, so that's why I want to bring him up. You remember the first, I believe he was the first chapter master of the Ultramarines. Fratus Augustine. That guy was depicted as being one of the biggest dicks in the Ultramarine chapter. Because
in wonderful Roman tradition, he was biggest dickus.
yes, exactly. So the thing is, just shining a little bit of light on this guy. First of all, he was very much rebuked by Robuti's mom, where his mom tells him that I'm very happy that you are not a librarian, so you couldn't read my mind and understand what I truly feel about you. So like the guy was very much hated.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that was a death scene, but that was for sure a murder. Oh,
I'm telling you, Robuti's mom is she's something else. But
she gave sass to Conrad Kurz. Like that woman,
yeah,
she has a set of just oromite plated ovaries. That is a tough cookie.
Yeah, in that very book, I think it's on Unremembered Empire, where she mentions the fact that while Robute is not to be considered as like a god because he has his limits, and that was in fact the one thing that she rebuked Augustine on. She mentioned the fact that everybody has their own strength, and hers is, of course, trash talking people. But that aside, during the good old times where our favorite boy Conrad Kurz decided to go full jihad on Macragge, he got blown up.
Your utopia is haram.
Yes, what did we call him last time? The leader of the space ayatollahs. He went and destroyed everything, and yeah, Augustine got blown up, basically having his guts hanging out. But there is this amazing scene where they are found in the dark, him and some of his captains, and they just see this green light. Suddenly, in the dark, he sees a pale face staring straight into his soul. He hears chuckles, and the guy replies, "I'm in danger." That was literally Conrad Kurz there, standing in front of him, ready to kill the guy. But what does he do? No, he went from the worst character, most disliked, to absolute Chad. He body slammed Conrad, pushed him through a door, and kept on fighting, and died like that. That is something, I don't know. I don't know how to put that in words.
That's the thing epic. That's the thing about Ultramarines is, insufferable as they sometimes are, they are all very competent.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing. I think that's kind of one of the things that people hate about them, because it wasn't like listen, Unremembered Empire is not as bad as like some of the Matt Ward bullshit. Jesus Christ. But there are some bits of it that are like complete Ultramarine fluff. Let's make them look good because they're the poster boys of the whole setting.
Yeah.
My favorite bits about that book have absolutely nothing to do with the Ultramarines. Just Conrad being a menace and Sanguinius being awesome.
Yeah, fully understandable.
All right, next category.
Yeah, that will be our favorite, let's say Xeno.
Mine's a bit of a troll.
Uh-oh.
Can you guess who it is if I'm saying he's a troll?
Well, that would be oh my god, our favorite collector,
Trazyn.
Yeah, Mr. Infinite.
Number one. I do appreciate good OCD. That's number one. Number two, he is both incredibly competent, effective in his objective, and absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
If you have not, dear audience, if you have not read or listened to The Infinite and the Divine,
do it.
Sweet baby Jesus, my Lord, that book is perfection. Sometimes Necron books can be a bit of a dirge because the Necrons are depressing as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
But anything with Trazyn and Uriken communicating is just... Have you read the book?
Oh, yeah, I've listened to it.
So do you remember the scene at the theater?
Mm-hmm.
Trazin, you idiot. You booked us front row seats at a coup. Well, the reviews were quite excellent. Fucking love it.
Oh man, he's freaking
Also,
great.
why does Uriken the Diviner sound like Krang from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I just have that image stuck in my head now. He does.
Shredder, you have to build me a body.
Yeah, he truly does.
So yeah, Trazin, because I appreciate competence in a character. He
Yeah.
is insanely powerful, but he also doesn't like use his power in a way that negates the entire setting.
Basically, he's the same character as the Collector from the Marvel comics, because this guy could literally annihilate everything. He's just chilling. He's basically just chilling.
But that's the same for basically all Necrons.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like one of my things about the Necrons. Like the reasons why they're not absolutely molly-whopping the settings are they have a computer virus, basically. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
Just dumb.
They came pre-installed with Norton instead.
Although, listen, Necron flayed ones are horrific.
Uh-huh.
And quite unnerving to read. That I'll give them that. So
No,
what's your
Trazin is cool.
No.
Personally, if I were to choose Xenos, I would go with the actual only good character in 40K. Well, that again can be discussed, but he's definitely a divisive character. Commander
You're gonna say a
Farsight.
Tau, aren't you?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, you fucking space commie.
Listen.
God damn it. With your greater good and social security, whatever.
I've got to represent.
Jesus Christ. Really? A Tau?
Yeah.
A Tau.
Yeah. I mean, he's the only one who did not, I mean, not the only one, but one among the first who did not want to succumb to that freaking brainwashing that they use on them.
But they don't even fight in melee.
But he does. He's an expert.
Not change a race.
And he has a sword that has a demon in it. At least I'll say that he's a demon because it was found on a chaos world.
You know what you're basically doing? You're basically you're cosplaying as elderly redneck saying, nah, but he's one of the good ones. I know it's Black History Month, but we gotta have our limits, dude.
Yo, let me just switch my my MAGA head backwards right now. Listen, he's the first Xeno who dared learn melee combat and mastered all of it.
This list is gonna get me canceled.
The guy who has more names than what was his full name again? Chasseau. Oh my God, I used to remember that. Chasseau Viola Chauva Kais Montier. Like,
if there's any language that I hate in the setting, it's the goddamn Tau lingo.
But it's like, you know, when we read Tolkien books and we need to understand Elvish and stuff like that, and then we go, Tau.
That's one of the reasons why I hate Tolkien. If you want to talk about someone who probably liked the smell of his own farts, we're talking about Tolkien. I know he's a pivotal writer in the history of fantasy literature, but he is exhausting.
True. I can't deny that. But I mean, come on. Commander Farsight is pretty good. Like a warrior with so much experience that he's said to have Farsight, of course, because he can predict his enemies' moves and stratagems. Also, he had decimated the Arrakins, also the Orcs, and of course established his own enclave. So it also, a thing that I really like about this guy is that he saw himself gaining so much power and decided to self-exile, so to humble himself. So that's a trait that is very rare in 40K. So yeah, I like him a lot.
I hear what you're saying, but I counter with he still has a forehead USB port.
Oh, come on.
The Tau are annoying. They are a stupid creation made by GW. They are technologically advanced for no good goddamn reason in a way that makes no sense in the setting whatsoever. And I object to their entire existence. It is a stain upon the carpet of humankind, and I will not have it.
Listen, there has got to be one that in the least brings forth the one genre that is dying, that is mecha anime and mecha games. I mean,
mecha anime should die.
No, it's the best shit ever. Like, it's the
really?
actual, yeah,
really?
it's literally the only genre in anime that carries the true art of warfare. Dude, Code Geass. What is that thing? It's literally.
Listen.
Yeah.
I enjoy a good episode of Gundam like anyone else, like any other man of culture.
Yeah.
But some of that shit just gotten out of hand.
Yeah, but it's because Bandai Namco, who are responsible for the ownership, decided to like disintegrate every competitor because they have such a hold on the genre. No new ones are coming forth now. Luckily, we have the good old folks at From Software who are going to put out a game this year on Armored Core, a new one. So looking forward to that. But sorry for the sidetrack. Xeno's Commander Farsight, my favorite.
I sneer at you and your space communism.
Well, sneer more.
I will cope and seethe, I promise you that. What's the next category? Or I get canceled. What's the next category?
I think that to put us on a good mood now, let's talk about our favorite Loyalist Marine.
Ooh, cool. Wait, this is the part where I'm not allowed to talk about someone, right?
Yeah. No Sigismund. No Tachi. Who else should we bring forth? At least I decided to limit myself on two people, or else I will simp too hard. Gavia Loken and Nathaniel Garrow. Can't do those. For me, at least.
Okay.
Because Garrow gets the shit beat out of him all the time, but he never dies, but he's very cool. And Loken is just, well, he would have just rose on my favorite for the simple sake that he got Lucius to shut the fuck up for once. So, yeah.
Because I'm not allowed to publicly fap my boy Sigismund, who I adore to no end and will love till the end of times.
Yeah.
Now, I'm torn between a few characters. So my favorite Loyalist Astartes are actually kind of smaller character.
Yeah.
But if I have to really kind of settle down and choose a Loyalist Astartes to kind of push forward as my favorite, Camba Diaz from the Imperial Fists.
Oh.
Who literally appears in one book. He is in Saturnine, and he is given a task. Go to this general and get him off the goddamn dropship to avoid him being at the Lion Gate spaceport because everyone there is gonna die. And he has to make a choice. Now, his choice is because that particular general is not interested in fleeing the spaceport even after he learns what is going to happen there. And he just keeps remembering what Dorn told him. Dorn told him, do something about it, do something about it, do something about it. So he decides to do something about it. And he goes to the spaceport with that particular general. And on that spaceport, he has one of the most epic death scenes. It was almost my favorite death scene. In the name of his Lord Dorn scene.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that spaceport stayed afloat under the weight of his massive titanium balls is just My lord, what an epic Chad. What a giga Chad, if I may say. Just wonderfully written, character with a purpose, isn't portrayed in an exaggerated manner that shows him to be like this superhero-esque characters that sometimes a lot of loyalist fluff tends to do.
Yeah.
He's just fucking amazing. Who's your favorite Loyalist Astartes?
The funny thing about this is that the traitor legions have some pretty damn good ones. Because...
Oh, fuck me. You're pulling a Rylanor.
Oh, no, not him. He's cool, but not him.
I almost thought where you were going there. Are you going with Dantiak?
Yep.
Oh,
Iron
no.
Warriors.
Okay.
Yep. Also, a little bit sticking with that ultramarine theme that I started with. Because why stay with your abusive dad, Peter Turbo, when you can go with your uncle who does not cheat on his tax returns? I mean, he was pretty cool. His dad hated him, so he decided just to go and work for the Ultramarines. And may or may not be the reason as to why we actually have the Tyranids.
He is a member. He is one of two parts of the coolest bromance in the entire lore. I will give him that.
Mm-hmm.
I think with Pollux, right?
Yes.
His vigil scene is absolutely tear-jerking. One of the most heartbreaking moments in the entire lore, where it takes Rabuda Gilliman himself to talk to Pollux and have him leave his vigil from Barbas Dantiak's body.
Yeah.
Manly tears were shed. Ugly cries were cried. Especially like he gets to that moment where he says, "I will carry him."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, goddamn, goddamn."
Indeed.
Okay.
That's the guy, man. Why
But
be
aside from that book was shit. That book, aside from that part, like the part surrounding those two, Ferris as a book is the drizzling shits.
Dude, one day you and I need to attend the goddamn funeral.
My eulogies are unsurpassed. I'll have you say that.
You know that because I brought anime before that one death scene in Full Metal Alchemist where they have to bury Hughes. And
no, if you start talking about that funeral scene, I'm gonna start crying. Don't you do that to me. Don't you bring that evil on us.
And instead you would just bring the mood back up.
Oh, sweet Christ, that scene. Never has an anime made me so sad that I needed to hug my dog like that scene. Just like so heartbroken, had to hug a puppy.
Yep, gotta regain that manliness.
It's a terrible day for Rain.
Oof. It's truly sad.
Big oof.
Yeah, next category would be our favorite Heretic Marine.
So now it's time to get the haram. What's your favorite Heretic Astartes?
Okay, so I remember from the Primarch tier list, you made an amazing reference, calling Spain Seisfeld, Jago Sevatar. You brought him up, and
I'm not allowed to use Sevatar too. I know.
No, but I am going to use one of the terrorist extraordinaires as well. And that would be Talos Valkoran. I like that guy. He's terrible, but I like him in a way, you know? Because my God Emperor, the apothecary of my nightmares, he could easily just be like a pure evil type of character, but he had many, what should I say, redeeming qualities to him. Of course, he was plagued by his dad 2040 vision, the visions that Conrad Kerr suffered from, of seeing a future, a terrible future. But unlike his dad, his body was not suited to that stuff because it constantly gave him aneurysms and was like slowly dying to that. Well, aside of that, he has one of the greatest speeches of all time. And I have that actually down on my desktop in the sticky notes there. So if you will indulge me, I will just read a little extract of that.
Do bless us with some chaotic ASMR.
Oh, hell yeah. So he says, I want the weeping of this empire's soul to reach all the way to Holy Terra, and the sound of suffering will choke the corpse guard on his throne of gold. I will cast a shadow across this world. I will burn every man, woman, and child, so the smoke from the funeral pyre eclipses the sun. With the dust that remains, I will... Oh, Jesus Christ. Wanting to sound evil just backfired there.
My brother in Christ, you're not about that life. Just do it with your own voice.
I will take the echo of damnation into the sacred sky above Terra and rain the ashes of 20 million mortals down onto the Emperor's palace. Then they will remember us. Then they will remember the legion they once feared. This guy is unhinged on so many levels, but again, he has some redeeming qualities, like how he helped the servants that were subjugated to the Night Lords. He really much cared for his legion and his friends. Unfortunately, though, he, like many traitor Marines, suffered from that affliction where you just can't let go of your dad. So yeah, he's cool.
He's also the one that killed the assassin that killed Conrad.
Indeed, yeah, that was a literal prophecy.
Talus is kind of based. I'm not gonna lie.
He is.
Choosing the favorite heretic was harder than choosing my favorite loyalist, because as a whole, heretics get written much better. True, they are far more compelling, specifically in the newer lore, where they are given actual personalities and they're less mustache twirling villains, which is kind of the typecast that I hate the most. Like a villain who's villain just for the sake of villainy. It's just dumb. But they're giving complex personalities and backstories. And I was torn between a few. And I actually chose someone that I think you'd find surprising.
Okay.
My favorite Heretic Astartes is Iskander Kaon of the Black Legion.
Oh, wait a minute. What?
The sorcerer. Abaddon's sorcerer.
Yeah.
From the Black Legion novel series. Now, why did I choose, particularly from the Black Legion? Everyone on the Black Legion is on a quest of self-discovery. They are renouncing their deadbeat dads, and they're all saying, I am a strong, independent Astartes, and I don't need you. And they are just on their own personal crusade, which is one of not only retribution, but redemption. There's character growth there. Iskander Kaon himself goes through character growths and learns more about himself and comes to terms with things in his past that he wasn't really completely like in closure with. And he's just a fantastically written character.
Yeah.
And he's a badass. He is an absolute badass. Yeah, he's my favorite. I cannot wait for the next book. Also, shout out to a YouTube channel called Oculus Imperia that has a very interesting bit of kind of like fan fiction stuff about the interrogation of Iskander Kaon. Oculus Imperia is a solid dude. Hats off to him.
That's always cool when people actually do take the time to like not elaborate, but I think, well, that would also be the right word, but just dig a little bit deeper into what could have happened?
is that he has a very unique way of presenting everything. He
Yeah.
was actually on the TTS show as like the dude in the silver mask.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And aside from that, he narrates in a beautiful way. He presents like from the perspective of someone who's uh trying to research the history in such a heavily censored just dictatorship that the Imperium is,
Yeah.
and it does a beautiful job of it. Some of it is better, some of it is less my jam, but he's really solid. Like I can't say anything bad about his channel. Really entertaining.
Immersive.
Yeah, you definitely the ones that are very, very well done, you just lose yourself completely. The ones that I didn't enjoy were honestly about subjects that I couldn't care less about. So it wasn't necessarily that he didn't do it well, was that I just wasn't interested in the subject matter.
Cool.
Yeah, so hats off to him.
Nice. All right.
Next category, please.
Next category will be our favorite demon. Now, in
Can I
this
start
one,
with the demon that I hate most? Can I
sure,
start with this ranting for a moment?
go ahead.
There is a demon, a particular demon of Slanesh. Her name is Shalaxi Whatamafuck, whatever the name is. That demon is just the most insanely, stupidly dumbest OP character in the entire lore. So there's a moment, like the books about the Inari and stuff that were discontinued because they were trash. But like there's a sequence where Shalaxi goes 1v7, I think, against basically the Inari all-star team,
Yeah.
right? All of the biggest and baddest combatants the Inari have to offer. Now, mind you, the Inari are kind of awesome. Let's be honest. I know they're Eldari scum, but they're kind of awesome. And she gives them the business. Like, it's not even close. She kills bloodthirsters for sport. She is a greater demon that was created by Slanesh to kill other greater demons, right?
Yeah, I remember of her. What was it? I ended up in like a weird downward loophole of research when wanting to find some more details on some of the characters in Total Warhammer, in fact, of the whole Chaos Undivided thing. And I stumbled on her. She's like the keeper of secrets and stuff like that. Yeah, she fights greater demons.
She's fucking dumb. So she gives them the business, like handedly gives them their ass in a nice shiny wrapper. And then it's revealed that it wasn't even really Shalaxi. It was just like a goddamn shard of her.
What?
And like you got your ass whooped by a demon Susanu. Like, fuck this shit. I lost it. I got so mad. Like when I say I got mad, like I got mad because it just like it's stupidly strong for no good goddamn reason, and there's good reason why she has not been seen since, because she's trash. We don't have a camera right now. We don't have the camera going on. I swear, I kind of want to turn on a camera just to finger point right at the camera and tell the writer who wrote about Shalaxi, you are trash, sir. You are 100% trash.
Oh
okay,
man.
now that I got that out of my system, you mention your favorite demon, and then I'll go.
Okay. Well, let us just say that, you know what? I'm gonna cheat a little bit here. Going on a bit of a technicality. I'm gonna go with the person who got possessed by the demon called Rom, that being our boy Argel Toll. Because technically, since the whole possession is symbiotic, so they're both in on it. So Argel, well, he was turned into a demon.
No, that's some fuckery. That's some fuckery there.
Listen, what fuckery happening is it's the motto of 40K. So that's completely normal to use
You know
here.
what? Fuck it. I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
I mean,
And Realm is awesome.
yeah, indeed. So he's my favorite, not just through the banter that he has, but just as a whole, he's just freaking cool. But oh man, you know how amongst most of the characters in the word bearers, we like Ajatol because of the way that he's written. Because he's not it. When I thought about him recently,
Because he's the only normal one.
yeah, he's the only normal one. But also when he succumbs to his demon transformation, he also goes freaking insane and kills not just his best bros, but also a goddamn custodian. Oh my god. Didn't he like impale the custodian in the face or something like that?
It's a bit more complex than that, and it wasn't that easy for them to kill the Custodes. But here's the thing: that whole book. Let's address that for a second, because if there's one fuckery that GW has fucked with much more than other fuckeries, is the strength level, the power level of Custodes.
Yeah.
If any character has been more inconsistent throughout the lore in regards to how strong they are, it's custodians. Because on one hand, you have a custodes that can go on like literally just 1v horde a tyrannid,
Yeah,
a hive fleet or a tyrannid tendril. And on the other hand, you have a group of custodians just getting massacred by harlequins.
I know.
And on the other hand, you have like a debate on if Valdor could beat a Primarch in combat. And then in another bit of the
said
lore,
Primarch toying with him.
I'm sorry?
And said Primarch toying with him.
Yeah, and in the other bit of the lore, you have Astartes killing Custodes, and it's kind of close. It's some fuckery.
Yeah, it's fair. It's pretty inconsistent.
It's in older lore, Custodes are kind of glorified bodyguards that are slightly better than Astartes.
Yeah.
In newer lore, they get much more love, and they are treated as the singular handcrafted beings imbued with the Emperor's power as they are. So that bit of lore about Argertal, I'm just gonna say nope. Okay. But everything else you said about him, I'll allow it.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, Rome is just a cool, Rome / Ajatol, cool ass character. And again, as the sad thing about him is that he suffers from that one thing again. The blood is wait, what's the actual word for this? Is not blood is thicker than water. I believe that it was. Oh my god, blood is thicker than the water in the womb. That's the actual saying, because I got corrected on that some days ago. So just wanted to correct myself on this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. It sounds even worse.
It's far worse. Like, that's one of those corrections that, yeah, I'm gonna stay wrong. I'm gonna stay wrong.
Perhaps I should have chosen that guy, Warsmith Honsu instead. That would have made sense.
Isn't that the dude who made the demon?
Yes, and that's why because I thought of the word womb. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to hit you with the band hammer for that now. Nah. So my favorite demon, my choice might actually surprise you, given my predisposition to all things bloody violent.
Yeah.
My favorite demon is actually a Nurgle demon.
Ooh. Please do tell. Actually, my knowledge on Nurgle demons is like very, very limited.
So like, my favorite demon is Kugath, who is this obnoxious, fat malcontent of a demon, who, out of all the demons of Nurgle, is the only one who isn't happy. He's like the old men from the Muppets, just without the banter. He's just all the bitterness.
Oh,
like and the other greater demons and such gather on one of the planets during Dark Imperium, and they start infecting the planet. And like one of them plays music on this demonite accordion, and Kuga is just being a bitch. He's like, no more music. He's this. He feels a tremendous amount of guilt because he ruined one of Nurgle's potion brewing sessions because he fell into his pot.
Yeah.
And it's just this ridiculous thing, and I just love him. He's I know it's a weird thing to say about a Nurglite demon, but he's kind of weirdly adorable in his self-loathing and his being just an absolute asshole. He's just a lovable asshole.
Yeah, I imagine so. That's a good characteristic for.
That's my favorite demon.
Yeah. Well, then from demon to wow, that would have been the worst transition ever to women. What is your favorite female character in 40K?
Yeah, I almost made a really bad women joke when you talked about Raum.
Yeah.
Like fuck it, I'm just gonna go for it. He's my favorite parasite since my last ex-girlfriend.
Damn.
Nah, she's great. She's great.
Well, I think
she really isn't. She really isn't.
I think in this category, I don't know whether to say simp respectfully, or if
I'm
I
a
should
simp hard, my dude.
Or if I should just what should I say? Praise my favorite Karen. Well, I think I'm gonna go with Jane Zara in this one. The Storm Silence, which doesn't really make sense, while at least her name is like contradictory to the fact that she's the leader of the Howling Banshees. But yeah, she's just overall pretty cool. I actually read a little bit on her backstory, or at least listened to her audiobook, because I want to learn a bit more about the background story on the fall and the events prior and during that. And man, it's just sad. She was one of those gladiators who had to fight for the brave Eldaris, and she just has a life of I can't chill because I need to fight to keep the blood flowing, and she's just epic. And also she uses what do we call this? A frisbee knife. One of her weapons is like ridiculous. One of those round three-bladed thing that does not obey the laws of physics. But yeah, overall,
the one thing dumber than Xena Warrior Princess round thing that bounces off walls.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. He's crazy, but I think she's just really cool.
Okay, that's not bad. I think you know where I'm going with mine.
That's exactly why I decided not to go on the simping route. So you get to take that one.
I'm a simp pretty hard. I'm going straight back to my favorite female character, Space Step on Me Mommy, the ultimate Shiga Chad, Ephriel Stern.
Yeah.
The thrice born, the outcast. Let's be honest, kind of a Ronin ninja, bit of a sister of battle.
Yeah.
Who hangs around with a bitter former Harlequin who went rogue, yields pretty awesome psychic power, but she uses it in awesome ways. It's beyond like, ooh, here's some warp lightning, ha ha ha. Like, she does some epic space Jedi bullshit. She fights in glorious melee combat. She's arguably Astartes strong.
I'll say she is.
Like, she kind of force punched a roof down on a building. So that's kind of dope.
Yeah.
And her entire attitude is pretty based. Like the thing is, she is faith personified. Like, what's her superpower? Unyielding faith.
Yeah.
That's how she kind of got her powers. If we're I'm not gonna go into her entire lore because that's gonna take an hour. And I can simp on Ephrael Stern all day. Um, but she's just an awesome character in an awesome faction that gives zero fucks about the fact that she's unliked by her own faction for her
Oh
sheer
yeah.
existence. Like,
Yes.
how dare you come back from the dead? Like,
Indeed. Got them imprisoned by her own sister. She was like, I don't care. I'm just gonna sit here in jail and do
um,
push-ups.
I'm just gonna get prison jacked. I don't
Yeah.
care. Doing P90X in prison.
Yo, Ephrael Stern is just such a motivational character, man. Goddamn Giga Cheddar.
Like if Ongo Bongo looked good and took a lot of tren. No, but like she's dope, and I almost had Lotara Saren as my favorite female character, but having read Echoes of Eternity, I don't like the conclusion of her story, so I have to take her down a peg. Because I think the way that her story kind of came full circle in regards to how the Legion fell to chaos really puts a dent into everything that she was prior.
Yeah, that sucks.
So I like, you had a beautiful artwork of a character in the book Betrayer, and then you just said, nah, fuck it, let's just make her tragic like everything else. Like,
yeah,
there were other ways to resolve it. I felt like it was the coward's way out with Lotara Saren, and he kind of ruined a favorite character for me. But yeah, Ephrael Stern all the way. Step on me, Space Mommy.
yeah.
Again, once again, shocking that the big jacked powerlifter dude with forearm tattoos is into buff women. Who would have thought?
Dude, I mean, if I had the opportunity to death by Snoo Snoo, I'll volunteer as tribute.
Yes, she's the epitome of death by Snoo Snoo.
All right, then. To I guess
the body is
one.
willing, but the flesh is weak and spongy.
Dude.
I butchered that quote, but I don't care.
At Max be like, wait, what? Okay.
I'm gonna get well actually in the comments.
Well, to our next and perhaps I guess last one here. What is our favorite non-Astartes character?
Oh, okay. Mine is gonna catch you by surprise, I think.
I think mine as well.
Am I going to get mad at you?
No, not at all. I guess I can just go first then. I was considering a lot if we are going to talk about Imperial Regiment and stuff like that. I decided just to go with a character that I was reminded about not too long ago. And that is within the assassin world, because I did touch Hitman 3 recently, and that just got me thinking about her.
Can we talk for a second about Hitman 3 being awesome? Because that game fucks. That game fucks hard. It's more of like a chess game with firearms than it is just a straight up mass shooter.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I can't go back and play the Quake games anymore. Or like, once you've like, this is gonna be a bit haram, but after a few runs, I kind of got tired of Doom Eternal.
Yeah, he's fair. Yeah, I feel
like,
the same.
There's only so many ways to skin a demon. I mean, goddamn.
Yeah, I mean, I
and I do mean that literally. But like, there are multiple ways to solve at least some of the stages in the Hitman games.
Yeah.
And you have to apply some thinking to it. And playing it as an adult and being a bit more subtle and tactical, you know, given some military experience and such, rather than just, oh, I'm gonna do it the easiest fucking way possible like I did when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Kind of fun.
All right. So my assassin character was this woman called you wait, Uriah Tarot. I think that was her name. So she was part of the Venomous Temple. So it's like this assassin association that just specializes in poison. So you remember Battlefield Gothic? And
Yes.
the main character, Admiral Spire, he got lost in space for like, I don't know how many years, because in 40K, everybody gets to experience what Moses went through. So, like the Imperial Assassins always have to do, she was sent to destabilize an entire planetary government. And because they were not compliant to Imperial decrees or whatever. But once she entered the warp, she got lost in there for nearly 700 years. And when she came out, she found out that not only was her target, the governor of that planet, dead, but he was replaced by an entire committee of 1,000 members. So naturally, like most sensible humans, she decided to kill all of them. And
That's
she
the
did that
plausible
with
solution.
chairs. She did that with chairs.
That's got that she went just full out WWE on that shit.
Indeed.
All of a sudden you hear JR in the background. By God, that man's broken in half.
I mean, I'm paraphrasing a lot of things here, but that's essentially it. There are just like some underdog characters that just are blowing my mind in 40Ks, and she is one of my favorites, if not the favorite.
That's a fair one. I'm not mad at that. I can't be mad at it. I thought I was going to get more upset with you, but I'm not.
Okay.
Mine, I this one was the hardest one for me. I'm not gonna lie, because like you have an absolute assortment of like non-Astartes characters that are just dope.
Yeah.
And like I went from Commissar Yarick to Skyfus Kane to maybe Eisenhorn,
Yeah.
but I then thought, who resonated with me the most? Who really left a lasting impression on me? And I think you're going to be a bit surprised.
All right. Fire ahead.
Do you remember Arkham Land?
That name reminds me of something.
The tech priest dude with his little cyber monkey.
No.
The mechanicus dude with the
Yeah.
monkey and the deatomizer fucking handgun that finds himself like number one, he's responsible for the success of the Saturnine Gambit. And
Yeah.
he's this pretentious, self-important asshole who is as competent as he claims, which fuels his assholishness. I appreciate competence, and he is completely ill-equipped for field battle, and he has this really cool, hilarious relationship with Zephon from the Blood Angels.
Yeah.
And he's so cool. He's just so cool. He's so funny. And he has this tragic bit that I honestly kind of moved me at the end of Echoes of Eternity. He turns to Zephon and they killed his little cyber artificimian, that little cyber monkey.
Yeah.
He goes like, they killed my friend.
Yeah, Sapien.
And he's just like, oh man, why you gotta do me like that, Arkham? Come on, man. And once again, manly tears were shed. Yeah, that was some field and a half right there.
Too bad that he was old. He should have gone for John Wick.
Dude, I would pay to read a book where Arkham Land goes full John Wick during the scouring. I will stand that very hard.
Oh my god.
We didn't argue it half as much as I thought we would here. Like we literally only argued about the space commies.
Dude,
I
don't touch
find
on my
this
space comics.
underwhelming. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my entire day is ruined.
I mean, it's so sad to be a Tau fan sometimes. Like, oh,
Yes, you know why? Because you're a fucking Tau fan.
Taus can be cool, especially the enclave. Yes, they can. Yes.
No. They literally had to force feed their lore with a space samurai to be cool. Him and his goddamn mech suit and space katana.
Fucking awesome.
He has a forehead vagina.
Leave my boy alone.
It's exactly why I would leave all the Tau alone and let them face the Tyranids by themselves.
Oh, man. It's a great day to be a Tau. I don't care. I don't care. Your argument is invalid.
No, you will listen to me and you will pay attention. The rant that Kitten goes on about the Tau, while exaggerated and hilarious, is not unfounded. Everything he says has truth in it, which is why that rant is fucking hilarious.
Getting that flashback of Sun and him having that discussion and
going in Shadow Sun.
my
forehead always hurts around you.
No, I think we should stop it here, dude. Just stop it here.
This is getting demonetized.
God damn it. Oh.
Guys, I hope you had as much fun as we did with this one.
Yeah, I hope so too.
And until next time, carry on.
Have a good one.